All right, everybody, welcome back to the Sideshow. My name is Mingo.
This is Tony.
My name's Sebastian. All right, good start.
Can we give a congratulations
Sure,
To
I
who?
love it.
to Tessica?
Oh,
She's pregnant.
Who the fuck is
fuck is
Tessica?
Tessica.
Somebody we
Yeah.
went to school with?
you said the name again and it still cleared nothing.
Oh, Tessica. Who that?
Gorilla Glue Girl.
Oh, now
Oh.
the name makes sense.
Oh, she's
You're
pregnant?
the one that told. Yeah, dude, she's pregnant. You want to give her congratulations?
Is it her, why? Is it like her first baby?
No, but it's her first baby since the Gorilla Glue incident. I mean,
And
you
I'm
know.
supposed to give a fuck?
Well, I mean, we all know her now. She's like family.
No, she's not like family.
Yeah, no.
She's the one cousin that you cast out because she fucking gorilla glued her hair.
How many kids?
This will be her 6th,
Huh?
but it's her first with her fiance.
So does that mean that there's 5 other baby daddies?
You know that I don't know. I don't know how many baby
Seem to give a
daddies are
shit,
involved.
so...
Well, we thought maybe you.
know.
Yeah.
But
We'll wait if you want to call her.
but just but this is gonna be a good number though,
Why?
because her fiance has 4. So
What the fuck?
as a family, there's gonna be 10 kids.
She really gonna need to Gorilla Glue her hair because she ain't gonna have time to do it after that.
What she should do is gorilla glue her legs closed.
Wow. All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for tuning in.
Leak moment already? Damn.
Shit, you came in on that one quick, son. Jesus criminy.
So did the other guy.
Yeah, right? Wow, he's on fire today.
I'm wondering, because when she got the Gorilla Glue in her hair, I thought she was going out to the
No,
club.
no. Don't say it like that. That she got the gorilla glue in
Yeah,
her
it's not
hair.
like she just, like it
She
fell
put
out
that
the
shit in
sky.
there.
When she tried to look fly,
When she applied the gorilla glue to her dumbass hair,
when she tried to look fly by applying the Gorilla Glue because her products, she ran out of her own products. Was she dating? I didn't know. I don't know if she was dating old boy. Like if she was trying to look good for him or she was going to the club.
Oh, maybe he came around when he found out how much she got in her GoFundMe. Maybe he misunderstood the F and fund and thought it was something else. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, look, you know what? I look back and I think about that picture. She should have just left it. Dude, her hair look good like that.
It did. I ain't gonna lie.
But I guess the question is, like, once the hair underneath the Gorilla Glue started to grow,
I was just thinking that.
if that hurt, if it, like, pulled.
Yeah, I mean,
If
because
either it pulled or it grew enough that it just broke her fucking hair off like a cat.
no, I would think if all her hair grew exactly the same amount at the same time, I would think it just lifted off eventually. But if you had like patches that grew more than others,
Wouldn't it
that's
just
when
create
would start
ingrown hairs?
pulling.
It might. I was just thinking, because if it ain't got no room to grow
No,
out.
because it won't. Ingrown hair is a new hair that's ingrown.
Yeah.
This is still a
Hair that's out already.
Yeah, it's
just
already out.
glued down.
Right.
It probably would have, like, lifted up and slid back a little bit.
Well, she could have got the clippers at that point. Once you get a good.
Scissors, maybe.
Quarter
I don't know
inch.
about clippers.
And
She'd
not
have had
even
to.
scissors, you need fucking shears.
Yeah. Like a razor to get
You
under
need
there.
garden shears.
But she's learned her lesson, and she's gonna have a kid. So congratulations, Jessica. Hello,
Them
fellas.
6
Come
kids
on.
are gonna be about as dumb as fucking she is.
Yeah, I don't know if I could clap to that, dude.
Dude, a child is.
How embarrassed is that kid gonna be?
Because she's going to
Mom,
be
when
known
was I
as Gorilla
born?
Glue Baby.
When was I born? You were born on this date. Oh, so this is after you put gorilla glue in your hair?
Yeah, right.
I'd be fucking pissed as a kid. Are you kidding me?
A child is a sacred thing.
Well, she could have been,
And-
but wait, though. She could have been pregnant while she was getting the stuff taken out of her hair.
Also,
No, I doubt that.
is it just fiance or is it husband?
It's fiance.
Kid's a bastard too. All
Wow.
types of
No,
fuck.
they still got like 8 months, 7 months to lock it up.
You better fucking lock it up before then. And not with gorilla glue. Because her dumbass has experience
No,
with it.
keep it that way. It's forever.
Hey, give it up for Jessica.
No.
Jessica already gave it up, dog. That's the problem. She good.
That was my closed legs joke earlier, Tony.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were there for that.
I don't even know how old she is. But
I think she was in her 30s, right?
Was she? Is she?
Something like that. 36, maybe?
Depressing.
Okay. Again, we're allowed to make mistakes. And
But really, Tony, like Gorilla Glue in your hair, that's... Come on. It's not even with the hair care products.
It's next to fucking slabs of wood and
Yeah.
concrete.
And wood glue.
Yeah.
And spray adhesives.
maybe it was in her house. Her fiance had it. So she just...
Yeah, but you don't keep your hair products in the fucking garage.
Or maybe he said, yeah, I know you ran out that shit, baby, but I got this Gorilla Glue. You might want to try it out. This motherfucker keep everything down.
See, the moment I think I've gone too far, like with the closed legs joke, he comes in and destroys
the
my...
voice and everything.
What? I know the guy. That's what he sounds like.
What's his name?
Hey, Jessica, why don't you try this shit out?
What's his name?
This is Gorilla Glue.
Tell us his name.
Huh?
Tell us his name.
That's Jessica, old man.
Yeah, no,
And
no,
my
no.
out of fiance.
I would say his
Like
government-
Beyonce with an F.
I would say his government name, but he don't want to be called by his government name.
Ooh.
Ooh, we are getting fucked for this one.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm on fire.
So you keeping up with the trial at all? With the George Floyd cop killer? Or killer cop,
Jesus.
I should say.
Allegedly. You know what? I read
The part
the...
is you can't even fuck around like that and say allegedly.
Yeah, I know, right? I read the highlights. I don't really care about what they say right now. And I know
Wait
that
till the
sounds...
end.
Yeah, because I'm more worried about what the end of the trial is, because if the dude gets off, dude, it's going to be worse than the L.A. riots with Rodney King. Like, it's going to be from California to New York and every state in between, bro. It's going to be mass hysteria.
Okay, let me ask you this: would it be as bad, or would it be bad at all if he gets convicted but the other cops don't? Because his trial is first.
But the other cops were watching, right?
No,
The Asian cop was helping out too.
I think if he gets, because he's the main one,
Yeah.
right? I think if he gets put in jail or he gets convicted, it may satisfy, I guess, would be for lack of better terms.
What are the other cops going to court for?
Real quick, if that dude doesn't get the death penalty, you know there's going to be people that are even angrier at the fact that he's just going to be in jail.
Yeah, I mean, because we're all going to end up having to pay for him anyways, right? Still going to be a civil servant to some degree.
He'll get his in jail, though. That's for sure.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's going to be. And I hope they
What
do
about
the right
guards
thing.
that have his bag. Guards are going to be fucked up.
The what?
Guards.
Oh yeah, I think they're going to have to. If he goes to jail, they're going to have to wipe their hands of him and just let
Yeah.
whatever happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That, or they're going to have to keep him in solitary or in some kind of,
Well, that might be good.
you know what I mean, east wing of the jail where nobody goes. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. But I was talking to a cop buddy of mine, and I was asking him about, his a retired cop, and I was asking him about his point of view, and I wouldn't say he was backing his brother in blue, but he wouldn't give me a straight answer.
Okay.
He just kept saying, "Hey, I know I wouldn't do that."
Right.
He goes, and we wouldn't do that out here because he was a cop out here. And I said, well, okay, that's fine, but you did see that it was done. He's like, well, yeah, but we wouldn't do that. I said, I get that, but we're not talking about what you would or would not have done.
Right.
I just want to know what you think about what he did. And then he's like, well, first and foremost, if they prove him guilty, he deserves whatever it is that he's going to get. Jail for life. I don't have a problem with that. If they find him guilty, then he's gonna have to pay.
I'll tell you what. I bet you the fact that they found fentanyl in his system is going to play a big part.
Okay, that's why he kept saying if they find him guilty, because then he says, well, they found fentanyl in the system, and I said, okay, well, what's the big deal? He goes, no, fentanyl is a big
That's
deal.
a motherfucker, dude.
And I'll be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure if I've even heard of it before this point.
They just really started to start using it now because people were, all the opioid shit, and this is, it's stronger than the oxycodone, just under what, what's the other one?
Morphine?
Morphine. It's right below like morphine strength. And I'll tell you what, dude. They use it now to cut into like heroin and shit. And there was at some point there was some that came through the border that was killing people because it had fentanyl in it, and they cut too much into it, and people were dying. They OD'd on the fentanyl. But I remember right before my dad passed away, he was in so much pain that the hospice care came out to put a fentanyl patch on him. And they left patches at the house. And they said, hey, listen, if you go to put this on him, you need to wear gloves. Blah, 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 because it's in the patch and it's supposed to come out over time. But if you touch it, you're gonna get the effects of it. Well, while he's telling us that, he's going to put it on my dad's back, and the jackass didn't put a glove on. And he put it on my dad's back, and when he was done, he's getting everything ready, and he's standing there looking at his book, and he kind of looks up and he says, Where's the door at? I'm like, fucker, you just came in that shit like a couple minutes ago. And we're like, hey, are you okay? I think you touched the patch without a glove on. He said, yeah, I think I did too. Yeah, if you could just show me the door. Are you okay to drive, dude? Like, I don't want to let you.
After he touched the patches, all this happened.
Like within like 5-10 minutes, dude. Like because it seeps into the skin the way they have it, because obviously because it's a patch, right? But he just put his thumb on the patch, just touched the corner of it, and you could tell he was already kind of loopy.
Well, my cop buddy was telling me that he said that if they found enough fentanyl in his system, and if he was a chronic user of it, that he would have probably died anyways, because apparently it enlarges like your lungs, it enlarges certain parts of your body, and he says that's possible why even when he was in the cop car he was saying that he couldn't breathe. He was saying he was claustrophobic, but it just could have also been the fact that his body was so damaged from the drug use, right, that his heart rate is racing because he's being arrested.
Well, what was funny about him saying that he was claustrophobic before everything happened, and they went to go get him, he was sitting in a car with the windows rolled up. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Like, well, wait a minute. You're claustrophobic. You were just sitting in a car with all the windows rolled up. So I'm not saying either way, whatever. But
he was also telling me that people use fentanyl because like the high they get off of like heroin and stuff like that, hard stuff like that, it's not the same anymore, because once you start using it, you become more tolerant, and you're chasing that high. And he said like fentanyl will bring you back to that, almost like that first time you got high.
Yeah, that euphoria.
Yeah.
And I couldn't imagine using that shit. They gave me when I had my tooth work done just recently, they gave me oxycodone, Percocet, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I don't ever remember taking it. I took one. Dude, I was fucking loopy, bro. Like, I could take Vicodin, and Vicodin's like fucking Tic Tacs to me, you know what I mean? But but that Percocet, boy, set me up. I was like, ooh, shit. Like, you just like moving, like, it's almost like, it's like being high on weed and drunk all at the same time, because you're sitting there and you're like fucking euphoric, dude. Like, really, like you move and it just like really, like it stutters. It's really slow. Everything around you is really slow. I didn't like it.
He said that if they can convince just certain people on that jury, That's all. That's what they're fighting for.
Just one.
On not the court of public opinion, them jurors.
Yep.
If they could get someone to go their way in regards to the drugs in his system, enlarged, if he had enlarged lungs and heart issues.
Well, I read somewhere where they were talking about they wanted to bring in evidence of Chauvin's past. He had like 7 complaints on him or something like that. And the judge would only allow like 2 or 3, if I remember correctly. And then on the other side, they wanted to bring in Floyd's conviction on drug abuse and something else. And he was only allowed to bring in one of those things into because they don't want to sway the jury with past bad habits or bad choices, is how they put it.
Were you there when your dad passed away?
No, I got there right after.
Have you ever seen anyone pass away?
Yes.
I saw my mother-in-law pass away. We were all in the room with her, and the doctor says it could be any minute. It could be, So we were all there, my wife's family, and she passed away. And I remember, like she was out of it. She was unconscious, and she was just breathing really hard. And she took in a breath. I see her, her body take in the breath, but it never got released.
Yeah.
That was it. I was like, dude, and I remember that to this day. So, when they have like the people on the stands, did you hear about they had like a 9-year-old on the stand? She gave her a little testimony.
Yeah.
And she saw this dude get killed. So it's a trip because that's going to be with her for the rest of her life.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, I was there when one of my cousins passed away. May he rest in peace. He was here at Eisenhower. He had cirrhosis of the liver. Mm-hmm. And me and his brother were there because we used to hang out. All 3 of us used to hang out when we were kids. And my cousin was going to stay there by himself with his brother. I'm like, fuck that, dude. You're not going to stay here by yourself. I'll stay the night. And I had just driven down from up north. They called us and said, hey, we don't know how long he's got. Better get down here. So I left Hayward and drove down here, and I went straight to the hospital. And I was going to stay the night with him. And everybody left. And within like 45 minutes of him leaving, or everybody leaving, me and my cousin were talking. And my cousin was laughing, and we were talking. And in my head, I say my cousin thought or heard, my brother's going to be okay. Everything's going to be good. I can go now. And I remember the machine stopped. Beep. And we got up and we saw him. And right, just like you said, he took his last breath and it was all done. Yeah. And it's like, holy shit, dude. Like it is. It stays with you. I remember being in that room for that. And it is. I couldn't imagine, because at any age it's difficult to deal with. I couldn't imagine being a child and having to see that. And how do you manage to work yourself through it? You know what I mean?
My grandmother passed a couple of years back, and it was another one of those things that, they were saying it could be any day. So I remember, it was at night. My nephew and I were in the room with her. She wasn't conscious or anything. So him and I were just in the room talking for hours, like till 2, 3 in the morning, I think.
Wow.
Just chopping it up, and this had been going on for a few days. She was at my mom's house. So the next day I had to go to work. So I wanted to go to my work, and my brother was at the house with my mom. And like 3 hours later, he called. After I went to work, he called me. He's like, "Hey, Nano, she's gone." I was like, "Damn!" Wow.
Maybe she was there. She heard you guys talking and bullshitting, and you know what I mean. You got to take solace in that. Like it's funny. Like we were there, and I had. That day when I left work, I was supposed to start the I had one more day of work, and then the next day I was going to start my family leave because I was going to take time off. That way, when he passed, I'd be there for my mom and help her get through the time and help everybody get situated and do what we needed to do. Well, that day I left work, I got home, and I had just changed clothes, and my sister called me, "Hey, Dad, stop breathing." So I jumped in the truck and I ran over there, drove over there, and my cousins were in the room when he passed. And said, "Hey, how's it going?" So yeah, he said he went peacefully. He was, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, "Oh, all right." So like in my head, I still hadn't registered, you know what I mean? Until I went inside and saw him. And yeah, it's weird, dude. But enough of the death, dude. Yeah, you've been bringing up death for like the last couple of weeks, like the last month. I'm done with it. I'm done talking about death. Unless it's like death metal. You have anything about death metal you want to talk about?
Yeah, I'm not really huge on death metal.
Hold on,
I'm more of a thrasher.
Yeah.
I just called myself a thrasher. I don't know how...
So yeah, dude, it's just a lot of death we've been talking about. We get past all of that. Although I have that day, the last time after we talked about it, and you need to get a plot and all that kind of stuff, it hit me, dude. Like, yeah, you know what? You're
obviously
right.
Not hard enough because he still hasn't talked to us about his plan. But
well, I haven't been able to get the two of you guys together. Fuck it, I'm gonna take my own body with me. Screw you guys. I'm going.
I don't think you have any other choice.
Yeah, I know, right? I light myself on fire in the house.
So, do you think it'd be possible for someone on a jury to not convict?
Yes.
For him to go free?
Yes.
Wow. I don't know.
And I'll tell you like this. I think that there's such a great divide in this country. In this country that's so, it's an underlying divide, and part of it is very quiet. And I think that they're going to go in there, and I mean, who knows what they're going to hear? Who knows? Like we saw a video, and it was like 9 minutes long, right? 10 minutes long. The video that everybody got to see.
Right.
And now they're going to throw all this shit at all these people that they've never heard before. And oh, well, this and this and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And some really quick-witted, smart lawyer is going to spin it. And all they need is one, right? All they need is one.
That's what they're fighting for, is the one.
And I think that, I think it's a possibility, dude. Like, it's always a possibility. And that's the scary part about, like, somebody could ask you, "Hey, can you be an impartial juror?" Yeah, okay, yeah, okay. And in the back of your head, you're like, "Fucking hang him." You know what I mean? Or you're in the back of your head, you're like, "Set him free."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
in the back of your head, you're saying the N-word over and over and over again.
Yeah. Back of your head, you're like, finally, I get to give somebody what they deserve. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but the jury is of their peers, which is at that area. I mean, they're not pulling jurors from Alabama, Tennessee.
Okay,
Kentucky.
but here's the other question, or here's the other setup that could be happening too. Yes, it's a jury of peers, right? But are they really peers? Are they really people that have had drug addiction problems before? Are they people that have been arrested before? No. They're people that follow the law. They're people that are law-abiding citizens that pay their taxes, that do all the right shit, right? So already there, you're fighting an uphill battle, because as much as we want to believe that we can be impartial and that we don't have any kind of prejudice, and not just, when I say a prejudice, I don't mean just about skin. I'm talking about just a prejudice of people that people may see as below themselves. Make sense?
Like somebody who takes drugs and
right,
tries to pawn off
fake money. Like, yeah. Oh, well, fuck, he got what he deserved.
Right.
Right? Like, how many people can do that? Not to mention, how many of those people that are on that jury didn't really see the video?
Yeah, now that amazed me. I heard some people never even saw the video.
How true can that be? Like, dude, that shit was on all channels all the time. Everybody was showing each other on their phones, right?
Yeah.
So, and okay, well, somehow you found 12 people that haven't seen it.
Well, no, not all 12, but there were, I'd say, maybe 2 or 3.
So again,
Of the 12.
you've seen the video and you can be impartial. I would question that. So they're going to come in, they're going to convict, and they're going to say, well, he didn't get a fair trial. All these people are from here, and they've all seen the video. How do you give them an impartial trial? Because, again, if you've seen the video, whether you believe that you want to be impartial or not, if you're in that room and one of the lawyers quantifies what you feel or what you think you saw or what you think happened, that's it. That's right. That's what happened. Let him go.
Right.
Give him the death penalty. Whichever it's going to sway. I can't believe at my age, at this day and age, that somebody could be impartial enough to listen to what happened, to get all of the evidence, and not be impartial.
Well, I think the key word you said there was enough. Impartial enough. I believe there's people who could be impartial enough. I don't believe they'd be impartial, but they'd be impartial enough. I think enough is about as good as it's going to get.
But what's enough?
That they'll listen.
Depends on the lawyer.
I think they'll listen reasonably. Listen to what both sides would have to say. I mean, yeah, of course,
and not come in with any preconceived notion or.
No, they would probably come in with. No, that's the whole thing. They'd come in with those notions, but they're opening to listening to maybe be swayed to the other side, because that would be partial enough. That's why they were chosen. Because of course, everybody knows, no one can be impartial anymore. But impartial enough? Okay.
Could you be impartial enough? Honestly,
yes, I think I could be, but it would take a lot to sway me. In regards to that video, it would take a lot. I mean, a lot.
So you're not impartial enough.
Well, no, because I'm willing to hear
He's
it.
talking about in this situation.
In this situation,
Right.
I'd be more than happy to hear what you got to say and take it into consideration.
But this is my point. This is what I'm talking about. So we said impartial enough.
And that's enough.
Okay, but hold on. Hear me out. You said impartial enough, right? And then you said, but you're going to have to come strong with a lot of bullshit to make me change my mind. That's not being impartial. Being impartial is going.
Yes, you're right. It's not being impartial. Correct.
And I don't think that's impartial enough.
I do.
Why?
Because of the fact that I'm willing to say there could be another side to the story. So let me hear it and convince me that there is. Whereas someone else would be like, no, there can't be another side of the story.
Or the other side of the story doesn't deserve to be heard.
So you think what he's saying qualifies as impartial enough?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't, but
Because it doesn't make any sense, because you're already coming in.
But I think that's where the enough portion of the description.
But it's not enough. You're already coming in, because the way I'm hearing you, the way I hear it, and I think the way a lawyer would hear it, is you're coming in with a guilty verdict already. You're saying, all right, prove me wrong. How is that enough?
Because based on what's been seen, I think that
You're not allowed to think about if you've seen the video. You have to forget what you saw in that video.
they said that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they have to.
But you can't. And there again,
You have to start not seeing that video. Because once they play it in the courtroom, it's fair game.
which they already have.
You have to walk in without any bias. You have to walk in with like, okay, I have to hear both sides. You have to forget the video until they play it in the courtroom. Then it's fair game.
Right.
Then it's like, well, he's got his fucking knee on that dude's throat. Fuck him. Hang him.
You have to walk in.
Without any bias.
Okay, that's being impartial.
Right, but what you're saying...
Okay, hold on one second. That's being impartial. Being impartial enough means...
Is what I said.
No, I think it's...
Being
the whole pool is going to be tainted because everyone's seen this video. The whole pool is tainted. Of the people that seen the video, they're tainted. 98% of what we're picking from has seen this video, so they're tainted.
Right.
So we need to find the people who would be willing to come in and listen to us, even though they've already got an opinion on it.
Fuck, how do you decipher? Because you only get a certain amount of time. You can only ask a certain amount of questions for each juror before you say, okay, well, we disqualify juror number 3.
Right. Yeah, that I don't know.
We disqualified Tony Pacheco because he's full of shit, and I could see the death penalty in his eyes. He likes to talk about death. Let's get him out of here. Yeah, dude, like that. But that would, for me, as a lawyer, it's in my back pocket. He didn't get a fucking fair trial.
Oh yeah, they're gonna. What do they
Appeal?
Yeah, they're gonna appeal. That's
Yeah, mistrial. Yeah.
Keep it alive as long as possible.
Yeah.
That's all they're trying to do.
Well, yeah, because the longer they write it out,
Yeah.
the more chances are there's gonna be like a plea deal, and okay, time served.
Let me ask you this: what do you think if he's found guilty? What do you think he deserves?
I don't know.
What do you think should happen to him?
I don't know. That's a tough question. And that's probably the hardest part is like, how do you judge? Is it an eye for an eye?
no parole. First off,
Yeah.
I think is fair.
You're never getting out. So it's going to be a life
And
sentence of some
I think
sort.
you give him a 99 to life because it's like that hurts a little more. Like if you survive the 99 years, you can get out.
What about 25 to life?
How about just life?
Because he's what?
What a
He's
double life sentence.
yeah, right. Because he's 40, right? Somewhere in there.
Somewhere in there, yeah.
So 40. If he's 25 years, that's 65.
Yeah.
Figure he's
Being
gonna.
in prison. He's gonna get the fuck beat out of him.
You figure he's gonna be in a couple fights. They're gonna add 4 or 5 years per fight. So you're looking at 75 by the time he gets out,
That's it. Give him 25. Give him hope that he can get out before he dies.
right?
Now, do you think that's well deserved?
I don't know. I haven't heard the evidence.
Okay, based on what you've seen.
I don't know. I can't.
So you don't think he's guilty?
That's not what I'm saying. I think there's a lot of questions about. Yes, he was guilty of being on the dude's neck.
Okay.
Could that have played into the death? Absolutely.
Because had he died of just the fentanyl, it would have been
Right.
overdose.
Right.
But because the knee is on the dude's neck,
Now
It's murder.
there's the question. So I think there's a lot of things
I
that
should be a fucking lawyer.
I think there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that happened.
Well, I
The-
mean, flip the question. Would he have died had the knee not been put on his neck?
If he just died of the fentanyl,
No. What at this moment in time, had he not put the cop put the knee on the neck, would George Floyd be alive?
Well, we don't know that because we don't know the
dead.
evidence, and he's dead.
But what I'm trying to say is more than likely they would have picked him up, thrown him in the back of this cop car, and hauled him off to jail had he not put his knee on the neck.
I still believe. Well, but again, even your cop friend said, "Well, it all depends on how much fentanyl he had taken. Like, was it gonna seize his heart? Because people die on fentanyl all the fucking time because it's such a strong drug, right? So we don't know. We don't know what that outcome is, but we do know that it could have been a precursor to." And maybe he had COVID-19 on top of all of that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not trying to be funny, but like, there's so many underlying, because he already had the heart rate or whatever. But I mean, he was saying, "Hey, I can't breathe," but he also resisted and didn't want to go into the cuffs. Here's the bigger part that if I were a lawyer, I would hang my fucking hat on. There's two things that I would hang my
prosecution or the defense. He's defending.
So the prosecution.
Yeah.
Those motherfuckers knew each other.
Yeah.
Because they worked at as security guards, at a
I
nightclub.
forgot about that. That's right, huh?
So they at least knew of each other. There's no way you can work at a small nightclub for as many years as they said they worked together and not know each other. So I think that and their relationship played more of a part than maybe the fentanyl did. So do I think I think so? If you're asking me,
Okay, so back up 1 second.
okay,
You're saying their relationship played more of a part. Are you saying that they were friends?
Their
or
history.
yeah, maybe their history.
in a positive light or in a negative light?
In a negative light, I think, because there was reports that they didn't care for each other, right?
Oh,
I
okay.
think they had even fought each other at some point.
Yeah, I don't. So that's where I would start there. Hey, these guys worked together. They knew each other. This guy put his knee on his neck because he knew that either he was, he's a big boy and he's a threat, or so that would be how he would play it. But if we left the fentanyl out of it, okay, and it was just about him putting his knee on the neck, I would say he's probably guilty, and it probably stems back from their nightclub days. That there's some sort of history there that they need to explore. That they didn't like each other for some reason, and it was enough for him to put his knee on the back of his neck for 9 minutes for whatever reason. Make sense?
Yes.
But again, without knowing or hearing the evidence and not knowing them, like, how do you?
But let me go on a tangent here for a second.
Yeah.
If you were dying of something,
God, what is it with you and death, Tony? And especially about his death.
Yeah. Right.
Anyways.
If you were dying of, let's say, cancer,
Oh, that's a real light one.
and you only had X amount of time to live,
Okay.
and you get shot and you die instantly, does the person who shoots you?
Yes. They're guilty.
Yes.
They sped up your death process. They were your cause of death.
So wouldn't that logic apply to this?
No.
I disagree with you, but that's okay.
Unless he shot me in the cancer and the cancer exploded in my body and that's what killed me. Because let's say somebody shot you and you didn't have cancer.
Okay.
Right? So we know that if he shot you in the heart, you die. If he shot you in the forehead or anywhere in the head, you're probably going to die.
Okay.
Hit you somewhere in the artery, maybe even a lung, you're going to die. Right?
Right.
So.
Okay. Shoot you in the throat, let's just say.
Okay, so he shoot you in the throat.
Okay, perfect.
But you had butthole cancer.
Okay.
Why would you blame the cancer over the bullet that went through your
I
throat?
didn't know where you were going,
Yeah.
but I'm glad you went where you did.
Yeah. Like why? Like how can you blame the bullet over the cancer?
For the same reason why a knee on the neck was cutting off his air.
But you said that your cop friend said that it could expand his lungs, and he was already having trouble breathing, right? Because that's what he kept screaming, right?
Right. Yeah.
Hey, I can't breathe, mama, I can't breathe, right?
But he was breathing.
But he was breathing.
Okay, so he was breathing.
But he was having trouble breathing, so he was already.
He felt he was.
He was already exacerbated,
No,
like it was
he
already.
Felt he was.
He felt
He felt he couldn't breathe,
Okay.
but he could breathe. Because if he couldn't breathe, he'd be dead before they did anything.
Okay,
So it's one of those things that, I can't breathe, but you're still breathing, even though you mentally, emotionally, you can't breathe. But no, you're actually breathing. That's what you're doing right now. That's why you're still alive.
But who's to say that you're thinking of it from a panic onset, right? Because like, ooh,
Right, exactly.
Okay, but if it wasn't a panic onset and it was from the fentanyl, because your friend said that that's what happens, right? That's different. Because there's a metabolic change in the body due to what the drugs that he's introduced into his body are causing to happen. So if the cops then leans on his neck, puts a knee on his neck, stands on his neck, whatever, however you want to phrase it,
to death, like whatever.
Then yes, you know what? Him stepping on or kneeling on his neck may have completed the course of what the drug that he was on, and maybe that drug was going to take his life at that point anyways.
Maybe cancer was going to take your life.
Come on.
Dog.
Okay, but after you get shot, it's the bullet that kills you, not the cancer.
Right, because it's instant.
After you have a knee on your neck, it's the blocked airway that killed you, not the drug.
We're saying the same thing, you and I.
Yes,
Okay.
we are. Thank you.
I didn't know if you knew that or not.
But
Because the way you were talking to me didn't sound like it.
But Daddy-O over here
I know.
is the one that's trying to fight it.
Because it's different, Tony.
Actually, it's not.
No,
How's it not different?
it's the same.
If I'm dying from cancer, the doctor says you could go any minute because your cancer spread. It's throughout your whole body.
Then takes a gun and shoots you in your fucking forehead.
And somebody shoots you in the neck and you can't breathe. How do I know that the cancer wasn't going to take me right at that moment either?
You don't, but it's the bullet that killed you.
Okay, just like it's the knee on the neck blocking the airways is what killed him.
But you don't know that. It could have been the fentanyl.
So how do you know it's not the cancer that didn't kill me right?
Because it was clearly the gunshot.
Split second before I could have died from the cancer.
Okay, but can science prove that?
No, but what an autopsy will see is that there was a struggle. His windpipe was crushed.
Because
There
of a
may have
knee. Because of a knee.
There
Right.
may have been fentanyl in his system, but the crushed windpipe ultimately is going to be what they're going to call the cause of death.
But we don't know that. That's what I'm saying. Like we're arguing a moot point because we don't know what the autopsy report says. We don't know what the cause was.
But even if he has fentanyl in his system throughout his whole body,
Because
the
I
cause
guarantee you
of
that's
death-
not the only thing that was fucked up in that dude's throat after that dude sat on it for that long.
the cause of death is the fact that he couldn't breathe. And what caused him not to breathe was a throat on the neck.
Maybe you're right. But here's the point of the whole argument. Is
We
that
don't know yet.
if the three of us argue this point like this, right? And we're not on the jury, how can somebody call themselves impartial and hear that and still be impartial enough to give up the right answer? Or give an impartial...
Because I am willing to... I throughout this conversation, I was willing to listen to your side. And you were willing to listen to mine and Sebastian's. And I believe that's the definition of being impartial enough.
And this is the scary part about what our justice system is all about. And it's so, like, think about what we just said and about the conversation we just had. Impartial enough. A man's life hangs in the balance.
Fuck this man's life.
Yeah, I mean, guilty, whatever the situation. But in any case, a person's life hangs in the balance by what 12 people perceive to be the truth.
It's a powerful 12.
That's a lot of power to put in people. And those people are being manipulated by two other powers. You have the lawyer for the defense and the opposition, right? So you have and then it comes into, okay, so which lawyer do they like more?
Yeah. Something as simple as that.
You know what I mean?
That's what it could come down to.
How fucked up is
Which
that?
story was more emotional to listen to than the other?
Right. Which one got me more?
Yeah. Which one makes me hate the man sitting in that chair right there?
Yeah.
Or like him.
Like, there's so, like, that is such a scary thought to have 12 people judge. And oftentimes it's as much as impartial enough, but we still have our shortcomings to where people will prejudge, judge you by the way you look, judge you by the way you walk, judge you by the way you talk. If this guy goes in there and he walks the wrong way, if he walks arrogantly, he's done.
He's probably going to.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why they make him come in to court wearing a suit. Because if they come in wearing that orange jumper.
Yeah. Oh, he's already guilty.
Yeah.
He's already in jail. Why let him out? Throw away the keys.
It's such a psychological manipulation that it's hard to believe.
Even worse than a game of chess.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. If he's found guilty, I know I'm going to ask you this again. Whatever happens to him, let's say life, do you think, if that's what they decided, do you think it should happen to him?
Dude, the dude's guilty. I mean,
it's not my question. Do you think it should happen to him?
Absolutely.
Okay, because he knew what he was doing.
I think, a
40-year-old man knows what he's doing.
I don't think he knew that it was going to cause the death.
Okay.
But I definitely believe he had to know that he was sitting on that dude's neck.
If he didn't know it was going to cause a death, should he get off?
No.
Why not?
Because if he knew, that's premeditated.
Well, he didn't know. He
right?
just thought he was
So
restraining
then
him.
it would be...
He's a big guy. This is the only way.
So it would be manslaughter. That's the second...
Still...
Yeah. Because you got first-degree murder, and that's premeditated.
Okay.
Second-degree murder, which is also premeditated, right? And then you have manslaughter.
Yeah.
And manslaughter is, God, I guess you can't really call it.
For lack of a better term, it's accidental.
Accidental, yeah.
Okay, so the reason I'm asking this is because now let's go to the Uber driver.
Okay.
You heard about the Uber driver? Hold on a second. He got carjacked. Uber driver. He's foreigner, just trying to make a living. He's been here for 10 years. Older gentleman. Two people jumped in his car, tried to steal it from him. It's all on video. From the point he's actually trying to argue with them, he's outside the car. Someone's in the driver's seat, somebody's in the passenger seat, trying to steal it, trying to push him out. And he's yelling, "This is my car! You can't take my car!" And they're videotaping him, saying, "What's going on?" He's like, "They're trying to steal my car." And you can hear people videotaping, say, call the police, all this hectic stuff. And then you hear that engine revving. Somebody's gunning it, but it's like in park.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it gets thrown in the drive, and that car takes off. And the guy is still hanging on the door.
Good.
9 seconds later, you hear a big car crash. And the car's on its side. It happened in Washington, D.C., and there's like soldiers around. Car's on its side. The Uber driver, winds up dying.
From the car and dies.
And the
driver gets thrown?
Yes, and he's dead. They caught the people.
Hold on. The people that were videotaping it in the beginning, asking what was going on. When the car took off, they ran because they heard the crash. They're like, oh shit!
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's all on tape, on video. So the people who stole the car, were held there until the police came.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think should happen to those two people?
They tried to steal the car.
Right, but they didn't mean to kill
It's
the guy.
attempted burglary
Okay.
and manslaughter because that's an accidental death.
Okay, so you think they should go to jail?
Mhm.
For how long?
Fuck. They didn't kill the guy.
Well, they didn't
Yeah.
mean to, at least.
He died.
Yeah, but they didn't kill him.
Well,
It depends on who put. If they can figure out who put the car in drive,
Okay.
it's his fault.
It's two girls, actually. Two women.
Sorry.
Yeah, because
If they
women can
find
steal
out-
cars too, you know.
Yeah. Sorry, I gave them the benefit of that doubt. Fuck, Tony. If they find out which female put
Okay.
the car in drive, or if he put the car in drive,
No, he didn't.
okay.
he was hanging out.
If they find out which girl put the car in drive, it's their fault.
Okay. Now, and they should go to jail.
They both should because they both tried to steal the car.
And
It's
for
attempted-
how
it's
long would you
attempted
say
robbery.
they should go to jail for?
The
I mean,
pers-
that
the
whole
person
eye
who
for
put
the
car
eye.
in drive would be 25 to
Okay.
life because that's manslaughter or whatever the base manslaughter one is.
Okay.
And then whatever attempted robbery is.
Now, here's
So
the kicker.
hold on. Now, let me. I'm going to throw something in there. I think both of them should go. Here's the reason why. If you use a gun during any crime and you shoot it, if you kill somebody, whether it was the person that you were trying to shoot or somebody in the background, you still go up for murder one.
Okay.
First degree murder.
First degree murder. So I think both of them, since they were in the car and they used the car basically as a weapon, that they should both get sentenced to life.
But they didn't mean to kill him. In your scenario in regards to the gun, they meant to kill somebody.
Not necessarily. Not if they shoot and they kill somebody that they didn't mean to shoot.
Okay. Okay.
So they should both get life.
Okay, so would you agree with that?
I like life, but I don't know if they'll see it like that. I think they'll probably see it as the one who put it in drive is the one who clearly sent the car running, and then the other one was just attempted burglary or robbery or whatever.
What about
Maybe they give a manslaughter too because they were.
Yeah, by default, right? Because they were there.
Because did they actually get in the seat? The Uber driver was out of the car, right, hanging out.
Right, because one girl was in the driver's seat, the other girl was in the passenger seat, right?
Yeah.
And he was there trying to get the girl out of the
Oh, so
driver's
fuck,
seat.
driver goes to jail for manslaughter. The other one is attempted robbery.
Does she get anything for manslaughter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
Fuck it, they both get the double charge. Fuck them.
okay, now,
I didn't know that one of the robbers was in the driver's seat.
here's the kicker.
Okay.
And see if this changes your mind at all. The girls were 13 and 15 years old.
Nah, fuck them. Try them as adults. They killed somebody.
13 years old?
Yep.
You
They
think
wanna
that
try
you
to
feel the
fucking
same way too?
Absolutely.
They want to try to steal somebody's car. You want to try to make an adult decision like that? It's a dumb fucking adult decision. I'll give them that. But
13 years old?
yeah,
How
Yeah.
much dumb shit were you doing at 13?
Well, but
I
here's and you know why? Because we had a healthy fear of the law
authority. Yeah.
and authority and understood authority. These
Got
children,
smacked with rulers for speaking Spanish.
these children these days don't, and we need to start setting that example again, and stop sparing the rod, and let these children understand who the fuck is in charge.
What do you think should happen to him, Tony? You think she should be given a slap on the wrist? Oh, don't do that.
Not at
Send
all.
them to therapy? What?
No, I honestly, I don't have an answer. But I have to think, as serious as it is, I get it. But, and, make an example, I get it. I understand exactly what you're saying. But you still have to take into consideration,
Why?
because they're only 13. They're not.
And
What about, do you remember those little girls that went into the forest and killed their friend because of the whole Slender Man
Yeah.
shit?
Uh-huh.
Do you think they shouldn't have been tried the way that they were?
What
because
happened
they
to them?
killed their friend.
I don't remember
as an offering
what was
to
their
the-
what was their sentence.
I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it was adult. Let me find out.
But dude, 13, 15.
They killed somebody.
On accident.
Well, but that's the.
Manslaughter.
But,
They didn't go in there thinking he's gonna. There's a difference between I'm gonna rob this guy and shoot him and take off versus I'm gonna take this guy's car. And there, you can hear them saying, "Get out of the car!" And he's like, "No, I'm not getting out of the car."
oh, so he's just supposed to comply and let them take the fucking car?
Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
No.
How's that? If a dude pulls a gun on you and says, "Give me your wallet," what are you gonna do?
No.
So one of the girls was sentenced to 25 years in a mental institute.
The Slender
She was
Man
13.
girls.
Yeah.
I mean, like, but they didn't have a gun, Tony. They were 13 and 15 trying to steal the car, and the guy's like, fuck, this is my only car. I use it to fucking make my money. My God, my family, what am I going to do? Get the fuck out of my car. Now, did the girls realize that that's how this shit was going to go down? No. But you know what? They started the crime. They didn't take into consideration what could have happened. Like most kids at that age, right?
Yep.
You only think about, fuck, hey, let's go steal a car and drive to the fucking mall in the city next door. Right? Like that.
Yeah, and here's okay, and I just thought of this. We spoke about this on a previous episode. Dude, when I was 10, 11 years old.
Different world.
Dude, no, let me finish my story. I told you me, my brother, and a friend walked up to Ramon Road at night, busy street, and just chucked grapefruits at cars driving by 45, 50 miles an hour.
Fucking assholes.
And, you know, yeah, fucking asshole is right. And, dude, timing it. Okay, here it comes. Throw it before it gets there, so by the time it gets there, the grapefruit lands. What if somebody would have gotten hurt or killed? I mean, should I be, dog, you know what I'm saying, still in jail for it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably.
Greatest day of my life was when my brother comes riding up in a cop car in the backseat. He was dared and bet $100 to throw rocks at traffic on a busy street. So him and our cousin are throwing rocks at cars, and they throw rocks at a cop car. Cop car turns around, puts him in the backseat, and brings him home.
That's all he did?
He didn't hurt or kill anybody. No reason. It's just, hey, look, you're dumb as fuck. Stop it.
Okay.
He also never got his $100. Like,
How old was he?
oh,
6,
shit.
7?
Yeah, it had to be.
Oh,
He was
damn.
tiny. Yeah.
Where were his parents?
Yeah, right. Well, I was in California. I was down south over here down.
No, you
No, I
were.
was in up north.
Okay,
right?
let's say let's
You
say
were way up north, and Mom
let's say-
was about 2 houses down.
one of your two kids at 13 did something stupid like that, threw rocks at a car. At 13, somebody got killed. And you know, for conversation's sake, let's just choose Milo. Just for the sake of the conversation.
Okay.
Because he's kind of more of a knucklehead than Seabass. Kind of, but not much.
Okay.
You're
I don't know how to
telling me that you believe that Milo should go away.
Yeah. If he was throwing rocks and killed somebody,
Yeah.
hey, dude, I don't know what the fuck you were thinking, but I've been telling you.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I would have to think that too. I mean, I understand. I'm not trying to say they should get off. I'm not trying. I get it. It's just I can't help but take into consideration their age. 16, 17, I'd be more, more all in. 13, 15.
You're one of those people that say, "Oh, charge the parents,"
Yeah.
right? Where were the parents at? Go ahead, say it.
No. Well, shit, if they're throwing rocks at cop cars, yeah,
Right.
I guess I would have to say.
Like,
Where are the parents?
where, like, the thing is you don't know what your kids are doing when you're not there. Your best bet is that, hey, you know what? I try to teach them right, blah, blah, blah. And even sometimes that doesn't work, right? Just like these girls. That's why you try them as an adult. Because, you know what? I'm sure that your parents have told you, and you should have known better than to try to fucking steal a car. And now you killed somebody, dumbass. Now you got to go to jail for it.
Yeah, I'm in full agreement. Don't get me wrong.
And here's the thing, you know, we're saying go to jail, 25 to life, whatever. 13, she still got 5 years in YA. The other one's got 3 years in YA.
And what does that mean?
I mean, she ain't gonna be in federal jail.
Well, for 3 or 5 years, yeah. And then they get transferred.
Yep. By then they'll have a girlfriend. They'll know the routine. Like, you know what I mean? Don't know how to braid hair.
Lucky they get out on good behavior.
Tight braids too, make it look like Gorilla Glue.
They'll know how to make fucking makeup from the color off of a cup and some alcohol.
I feel like I've missed a joke somewhere. I'm glad I'm missing.
You ain't never missed. You ain't never watched.
I'm glad I'm
Cell
missing
Block
the,
H or.
I'm glad I'm missing the jail jokes, but
Making tattoos with some ashes
that
and
one I understand.
ashes and a fucking pin. Shit, little saliva. Mix it all up. You're good. Heat it up. Got you some ink that looks black, turns blue under your skin, and gets really thick. Yeah, dude. You know, you want to have compassion, and you want to think, yeah, man, they're fucking 13 and 15.
At this point, my faith in humanity is completely fucked.
Yeah. But at that point, it's like, but you're 13 and 15 and you fucking killed somebody for a fucking joyride. Like, what were you thinking? Like, and it's not like you can just say, hey, what were you thinking? Go to your room. No fucking Wi-Fi for the next 25 years. Fuck that. You're going to jail.
I don't know. That might kill a millennial at this point.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But 13 and 15, kid.
You're going to have to figure out how to do your nails with fucking toilet paper rolls and glue. You know what I mean?
Why do you know so much about how jail works?
So, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I read books.
You ain't never seen Bad Boys?
Nope.
Are you talking about the one with fucking
Sean Penn.
Oh, that's a best fucking movie, dude.
For
Juveniles?
YA, yeah.
You know what? I've told so many people about that movie. Hey, have you ever watched Bad Boys? Oh, with Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. No, bitch. The real one.
Yeah.
The real one. With fucking oh shit. What was his name in fucking La Bamba?
Lou Diamond Phillips?
No,
oh no, the brother.
Richie. Yeah.
I don't remember. His name.
Woody Woodpecker. I almost have to rape her to make love. What a great fucking movie, dude. I don't remember his name now. Because Richie was Lou Diamond Phillip.
Yeah.
You know he ain't even Mexican. Did I tell you that before?
Lou Diamond Phillips?
Yep.
What is he?
He's Filipino and white.
Oh, is that right?
That's that guy?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
The dude from Longmire.
That's why I know.
Oh.
Wow.
Longmire?
Yeah. You ever watch that on Netflix? Great show, dude.
No.
We know because we've watched it about 6 times.
Is that a series, right?
Yeah, it's a Netflix series. It was about a cop out in Montana, right?
Yeah.
It's a good show, dude. It's really good. A lot of it on Indian reservations.
Rewatchable.
Yeah.
Do you remember that Cell Block H show?
No.
I remember the 20th.
You remember Oz?
September.
Yeah, I never got into Oz.
No?
Before it was kind of like before I got cable.
Mm.
And so I never got
Yeah, it was when we were growing up. I didn't have cable either. I just remember the name.
Cell Block H was a show about women's prison. It was a scripted show.
Okay.
Women's prison. And I was so young, I never watched it because it looked dumb. but I could just imagine the fetishes of dudes watching it for for those reasons.
Well, did you ever watch Orange Is the New Black?
Yeah, I watched the first season, maybe the second. After that, I kind of lost interest.
There's another one. If you want to watch, it's fucking good, dude. It's out of Spain, so you got to read it because you don't understand Spanish.
Fucking knew you were gonna talk about this.
This fucking show is so dope, dude. And the white girl, she look white, but she Mexican, and she's so fucking hot, dude. God damn.
What's it called?
It's called what's it called?
Locked Up.
Yeah, Locked Up, or in Spanish, it's Vis-a-Vis.
Is that really what it is?
Yeah, it's called Locked Up.
Holy shit.
And she falls in love with this dude at this company, right? And it's like he's a big time investor and shit. So, but he's married. So he said, "Oh yeah, I'll leave my wife." Blah 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 blah. So he gets this dumbass chick to take like $300,000 out of his safe and bring it to him. Right? Oh, we're gonna move some money around and make some investments. Well, we're gonna take that money and we're gonna fucking bounce. Me and you, we're gone. I'm going to tell my wife and we're going to leave. So she gets her the money and then she gets arrested for embezzling that money. And she goes to this fucking women's prison, bro. And this women's prison's a motherfucker, dog. Like these women cuss so much and they're just like, it's really, really good, dude. Like I can understand it, but I still read along with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's not what she said. But it's a really, really good show, dude. Check it out if you can sit through reading it. Yeah.
Holy fuck.
It's really, really good. Just try that out. Have you watched on Netflix? Have you watched The Irregulars?
Irregulars?
Yeah, it's
No.
about
Indigestion.
it's about Sherlock Holmes. It's about so it's more about Watson,
Okay.
because Sherlock Holmes is like a fucking drug addict and he's fallen off. So Sherlock Holmes gets these Watson gets these girls or this group of kids to help him do stuff because this girl's like a seer and because they're looking for demons and all this other bullshit, right? And so it's about them using these kids and Sherlock Holmes coming back around there at the end, and the way it's good, dude. It's a good show.
Is it new?
Yeah, it just came out. I already finished it though.
I just looked up Cell Block H,
Yeah.
1979,
Holy
8
shit.
seasons,
Explains why I
and
didn't fucking watch it.
and it's considered a soap opera.
That makes sense. Shit. There's another one too.
Jesus Christ.
Women of Weddington, something like that, and it's kind of like I think it's a mix between Vis-a-Vis or Locked Up and Orange Is the New Black. Women of Wentworth is what it's called, and it's another jail show. Have you seen these shows where they put these guys into jail and I think it's like 60 Days In is what it's called?
Yeah, I saw a couple of episodes.
What do you think of that show?
I can't believe it's real.
Yeah, I don't.
I saw a couple of episodes, and I'm like, there's no way they're not all in on this.
There's no way they're going to put in somebody. They couldn't have enough fucking insurance to put somebody in with criminals for 60 days. Because what if somebody got shanked?
You know what my favorite cop show is? Scared Straight.
Oh, yeah.
That shit is gold.
I don't know if
That's
they still
old,
show
right?
it.
Yeah.
It's a good fucking show, though.
The first ones were good because the first ones were real
Yeah.
because they didn't know what was going on.
Yeah. Well, they didn't know what they were going to get out of the inmates. You know what I
And
mean?
they thought they were, them kids really thought they would get their ass beat.
Ooh, could you imagine? Shit. I want to go home to my mamba. You know what I mean? Fuck that.
After towards the newer ones, the latest ones that were made. I mean, the kids are like, you're not gonna be able to touch me.
Yeah.
They're wised up.
Yeah. Well, and these millennials, and that's the problem. They all know they got all the juice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't hit a kid. You can't, even if they're acting up like that in jail and talking, you can't hit no kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get rearrested right where you stand. Like, fuck. But yeah, that show was really interesting when it first came out, and to see, and I'm sure every parent at home with a bad kid was like, "How the fuck do I get my kid on this show? Who do I gotta call?
Yep.
Who dick I gotta suck to get my kid on that show?" You know what I mean? Like,
Christ.
that went foul really fast, though. Yeah, dude. All this shit's interesting, dude. Like all these fucking shows and all this bullshit, and so there's this new thing that's out. They're calling kids that are born babies instead of babies. They're genderless.
Oh, they be.
Yeah, they're genderless until they're 4, and then they let their child choose whether they want to be a boy or a girl.
When baby be genderless, isn't that a genderless statement? You don't know what it is. You just know it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
but that
baby is not generally a boy.
a
or
boy
a girl.
term. Yeah, yeah. But they
Until the question, "What is your baby?"
right,
is asked.
and that's why they call them babies. Well, what's your baby? Well, I don't know. They're genderless until they'll decide at 4 what they want to be.
That's incredible.
Yeah, this shit.
And that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like, come on. What else can your child decide it for? What he's going to be for the rest of his life? Like, what are the kind of life-altering decisions that you're going to make him decide? Good old, saw that on good old Tucker Carlson, your favorite the other day. Why don't you like that guy?
Man, that dude's horrible. And the worst part is, I watch him sometimes just to get mad.
When you had too good of a day and you need to even out? Fucking Tony.
I got to see what the other side is saying.
You crazy.
And then when I'm done, I'm like, yeah, it's like Burger King. Once you get your fix,
you're good for a while. Yeah, I feel you.
I heard this story about, did you hear Amazon? The workers are trying to go union.
Really?
Yeah. And I heard the story on one of the offices that started it. Apparently there were other offices that wanted to go union, but they couldn't get enough people because apparently you need 35% of the employees that want a union to unionize. So I want to say Alabama. They were interviewing. It's being decided right now. Actually, in the next couple of days, they'll find out if they unionize or not. But dude, they were saying the stories of why they want to become a union.
Right.
Dude, incredible. When you get hired, in this office at least, they were saying that when you get hired, you have to, when you go to work, well, when you start working, you got to download this app on your phone. And they keep track of you via this app. They know when you leave your, for lack
cubicle?
of a better description, your cubicle. So it tracks you, all your movement, down to the second.
Really?
So if you go to the bathroom, and it doesn't know that you're going to apparently it doesn't know that you're going to the bathroom. It just knows that you're not at your cubicle. So it just knows you're away. So they consider that, they had actually a name for it, downtime or something like that. And so, dude, they were saying that they run to the bathroom and run back because you're only allowed X amount of downtime for the day.
Oh, wow.
Dude, it was crazy. They said they'd make you clock in when you first got there. Then it would time you from the minute you clocked in to you got to your cubicle. So they could tell if you were like messing around, talking to people. Because they say it should take you a minute and 30 seconds to get to your cubicle.
Holy shit.
Dude, it was crazy the stuff they were saying that they made them go through. And apparently everything's technology. So they were saying that they didn't know who the manager would be on duty if they had a problem. And if you'd have to look at your phone to see who was the manager on duty, and you'd like have to send them a text if you had an issue.
Wow.
And to do that, somehow it knew you were doing that, adding downtime to your bank, if you will.
Really?
Yeah. So they're like, if I needed to talk to a supervisor or a manager, that's taking time away from my work. So, again, downtime. The more downtime you accumulate, you're going to get written up. You're going to get fired. And they were paying twice as much as I think they say Alabama minimum wage was like $7.50. And Amazon was paying like $15 an hour. So everybody wanted those jobs.
Right.
Dude, people were saying that they didn't want to use the bathroom because they just didn't want to get in trouble. Lunch, they said some people would say they didn't even want to go take lunch because wherever the lunchroom was, it was too far away. So if you got 20 minutes for lunch, half an hour for lunch, and it'd take you 10 minutes to walk there, that's 10 minutes there, 10 minutes back. They didn't want to take the chance on taking too long to eat. Just stuff like that.
Fuck.
Dude, crazy. Every once in a while, they'd get body checked, like to make sure you're not stealing stuff.
Wow.
Like if you were leaving, like for the day, they'll randomly like pull people. And this is kind of what started one of the people that said, yeah, I wanted to get into the union. Apparently she was being randomly checked while she was working or something like that. And they were saying that this girl said, you're taking me away from my job for the, are you going to put in that this is not downtime because you're making me come away? And they're like, no. So they're like, well, you're adding to my downtime because you're making me take my socks off, my shoes off, because they check you.
Wow.
Dude. And they just saying the technology was just so crazy because, it's just, they got you down for every second. So that's why they're deciding to unionize.
So did they dock their pay and shit for the downtime?
I don't think I don't think your pay was docked. It was just like, well, we see that you have so much downtime. You need to. We pay you here to work, not to do whatever you're doing.
Wow.
So that's why I don't know if you heard on the news. They're like, Amazon's fighting it.
But isn't that kind of like the app that you made for your employees? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. That's crazy, dude. I'd unionize. Fuck that.
I'd quit.
Yeah. But that's kind of why, like, automotive prices are so high in the U.S. Partly because people that have been there at these factories for so long, that have been part of this union for so long, and have been bumped up over the years and are making, $50 for picking up a piece of sheet metal and letting it get stamped. You know what I mean? Like, the cost of building that car has gone up significantly because of how they pay. And I mean, electrical prices and all that other blah, 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 and all that plays a part in it too. But all that raises prices. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just saying, just throwing that out there.
So what you're saying is, Seabass, if a company offered you twice the amount of money that you're making now, you'd have an issue with the way they ran their company? If they wanted you to work and not dilly-dally most of the day?
It's me. I don't fucking dilly-dally.
So you wouldn't have a problem working there?
I would if that bullshit of, hey, we gotta check you. Like, okay, well, are you taking the downtime or are you keeping it on mine? If they're keeping it on mine, then what the fuck? I have a problem with that. But I'm good with going to the bathroom fast. I can handle it.
You can hold it.
And that's one
wear
of
a
the,
diaper to work.
Hold it, yeah.
and that's one of the things that some of the people who didn't want to unionize are saying, dude, we're here to work. Who cares if they're, they do give you time to go to the bathroom. They do give you time to lunch. They just don't want people stepping outside a cubicle and talking and stuff like that. So they're saying, if you just did your job, we wouldn't have to unionize. Yeah, there's little things that don't work out, like being frisked. But, we can work that out somehow. We talk to the company. And other people are just like, nope. Union.
That's fucking crazy. So quite a few episodes ago, we talked about prostitutes, remember, in Vegas? Oh, wait. Why you laugh? And if they got pregnant on duty or if they caught some sort of STD,
When
was
you
it
say a
covered?
few episodes ago, I'm thinking 2 or 3. That was a while ago.
Quite a few episodes ago. Anyways, I have an answer.
You got a prostitute pregnant?
So, dude, are you going to let me
thought
tell
too.
my story?
Was that?
That's what I thought too.
We want you to be the godfather. I'm just
What's her
kidding.
name? You are not gonna fucking baptize a baby born out of a fucking hooker.
Yeah. It's the only way that
That's
kid's
wrong.
going to survive.
Don't talk about your little brother or sister like that.
I'm drowning it.
Right? And Crystal Chandelier would really like you to call her mom. Just kidding.
Wow. No.
Anyways, so I went to the barber the other day. And while I was there, out of nowhere, he begins to tell me about this guy that he cuts this guy's hair. And the guy had just come back from Vegas. He had been living out there during all this COVID shit and all this quarantine and stuff, right? Well, apparently he was out there helping all the prostitutes get unemployment. He said the prostitutes were getting, I don't even remember the amount that he said, but they were getting an obscene amount of unemployment as a prostitute. And that this guy, there was a lawyer that figured out the loophole or figured out how to do the paperwork to get them their money.
Really?
Yep. How great.
And unemployment due to COVID.
Yeah, all the COVID,
Okay.
yeah. I bet you what he did was all small business shit. I bet you it wasn't unemployment. I bet you it was like small business, not loans, but grants.
The PPE.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, it's kind of funny.
PP and hookers.
And Ian Burns. No, no, too far.
No, more like
Mexican
on the
hookers.
re-up.
Yeah. How about that?
So if they
Did-
got pregnant, what happens?
Oh, we didn't discuss that.
Oh,
But I'm
You
sure
said
that
you had an answer for that.
not for that part. I just remember that we were talking about them being pregnant and them getting an
You should have
STD.
been
and-
more specific because now I'm.
Now you want to know?
disappointed.
All right.
Now I'm left.
Well, I'll call. I'll call tomorrow and find out. Just out of
well,
curiosity.
again, this is Vegas
Yeah,
where it's legal.
correct.
So I mean, yeah, I would think they could probably collect unemployment because if they file taxes
So let me ask you
for
a
their
question.
work,
If you were a hooker in Vegas,
okay,
so let me backtrack a little bit. When you were a, what are they called? When you park a car?
Valet.
Valet. When you were a valet, you mostly worked for tips and it was all cash. Did you claim it all?
didn't claim any of it.
What?
I didn't claim any of it.
None?
It was strictly tips.
So what does that mean?
We didn't get paid by the hour.
So you don't have to pay taxes?
Well, I mean, not legally.
How far back can they audit?
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, no, not legally. I mean, sure, if anything you do and you make $1, you're supposed to claim it.
Okay.
So, but there was nothing ever on paper.
Okay.
It was always, money was paid from the tips.
Okay. So if you were a hooker in Vegas, would you claim every John? Would you claim every... And if you had to claim, did you have to give a receipt?
Where would that come from?
Please see cashier for receipt.
I think that's more of a on your honor system.
And if you're a prostitute, can you take Apple Pay? Or Google Pay?
Where does that connect?
Or have that little cube that you put in to the speaker part of your phone?
Yeah, PayPal. I got one of those. Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Imagine trying to get a reader somewhere close to it.
You're right.
So you could.
It's strapped to your leg. They put it
There
on
you
their
go.
leg. Like,
Right.
what do they call that when they get married?
Garter belt?
Garter.
Yeah,
There
it's
you
like
go.
that. But yeah, because she's a sole contractor.
A licensed contractor.
She's,
Took you a second.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a
I
little
thought
slow.
that one would have had you right like that.
Yeah, and I'm a little slow right now
Jesus.
because I was thinking about
Prostitutes, got it.
yeah. That's just weird, dude.
Yeah.
I don't think I could drive up to a chick like down a dark alley and how much for a blowy,
Fucky.
right?
It's a business transaction. We spoke about this before.
Have you ever done it?
No.
You can just shake your head. I won't say what you say out loud.
No.
I won't ask you how it works on the air. I promise.
Not me.
No?
Couldn't do it. I shouldn't say I couldn't do it. I didn't have to. I mean, if
You should drop the shovel.
What about let's say you're in Vegas and there's an escort.
A female of the evening.
Yes, dressed to the nines. She's hot, how do you start that conversation? Is it just a, hey, how you doing? How much to go up to my room, or
Hey, baby,
like,
what's the going price?
yeah, like what?
That's
Like,
the song.
okay,
yeah, I would think so.
what you think? So what?
It's that simple.
It's just
if,
that?
If you knew that she was, it would be that simple. Yes.
I wonder how many dudes get slapped by talking to the wrong chick and asking her how much.
That should tell her what she looks like.
Yeah, but is that a compliment? Because some of these women out there that are
Yeah.
high price whores, they're right.
Yeah.
Oh, should I not call them that?
Calling him a high-priced horse sounds like they're out of a western.
Come check out our high price whores over here. Millie's Willie and drink.
If Millie's got a willy, there's a problem.
Yeah, well, it's the only thing I can come up with at the moment.
But yeah, it is just a business transaction.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it, dude.
I don't think I could either. But I just have never been put in a position where it would come to that.
What if you were in another country? Like, would it be easier if you were in another country?
I think standards in other countries are much lower.
Like in
Not to be offensive, but
Well,
to
you
be
got the
fully
red
offensive.
you got the red light district in is it Germany? Is it
yeah, I think so. It's Germany, right?
No, I think that is where's Amsterdam? It's not Denmark.
By Switzerland?
Austria, right? No, I'm fucking butchering it right now. It's
Yeah.
Western Europe for sure.
So I mean, as common as it is there, I mean, that's just like
Just walk right in and
walk right.
Well, the Netherlands, I fucked that all the way up.
I mean, you see them in the windows apparently.
right?
And just yeah, that one. Okay, I'll be back, fellas.
No, I didn't fuck it up. Hold on, let me see exactly where it's at.
What do I? Okay, so you've been to TJ though, right?
Yeah, I've been there.
Did you ever walk into a cantina that had ladies?
No.
No?
Yes, not in TJ. In,
Holland. That's where it's at.
in
Fucking genius.
Ensenada? Ensenada.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't on purpose per se. We went to a bar and it turned out to be one of those kind of places.
Okay.
So we just went to a different bar.
As soon as you saw him, you're like, oh no, guys, we can't go in there.
No. Well, yeah, it was kind of like that. It was because it was. I think we were looking for a strip bar, if I remember right.
Yeah.
And so we walked into this one, and it wasn't. They weren't strippers. They were more.
Working girls.
Yeah, going to guys and if there was like a motel right next door, so we figured that this is not for us. So we went to another place and
Got you.
yeah.
How were the strippers out there in Ensenada?
I don't remember if we talked about this. Did I tell you about the girl that was hanging upside down on the pole?
And she slipped or something, right?
Well, she came down real fast and stopped
Oh.
right before she hit the ground. So, on a scale of 1 to 10 looks, like 3s and 4s.
Ooh, you had the daytime ones.
It was nighttime, but yeah.
And the Berthas and Gretas of.
They had C-section scars and stuff.
Oh, fuck.
But as far
Or
as
kangaroo pouch, bro.
but as far as the skill level and the effort they put into their work, dude, like a 9.
Well, yeah, they
On
gotta work
point,
harder
huh?
for it.
Dude, yeah, it was impressive. I mean, you just gotta appreciate the fact that they were really
Putting in work.
yeah, they were. I mean, you gotta give it to them. They were really caring about their work.
And their visitors, would you say?
Yeah, I mean, they knew what they had to do to try and get.
How much was a lap dance out there?
I don't remember. I mean, I didn't get one, but I don't remember.
It's a good save, dude. That was a really good save. You almost went. You were like, let's go back the other direction.
I remember I went to a strip club in Florida. Was it?
Fuck, you've been all over the place, dude.
Did I tell you about my strip club in Florida?
No.
Your strip club?
My story?
Uh-uh.
I went to the Dollhouse.
Okay.
No, Pure Platinum.
That sounds like that should have quality
Dude.
entertainment.
I was 20. I don't even think I was married at the time, but I was with my
You
wife.
better hope you weren't.
I was for work, actually.
Oh, okay.
I went there for training.
Was it when you were still at the blue collar job or?
Yeah,
Okay.
the white collar job.
Well, sorry. White collar.
He's colorblind.
Yeah.
And they said,
Fucking nothing?
sorry. So me and this dude went out there. We were having fun. So again, this is early 20s.
Okay.
We don't realize what it costs to do things. I'll explain in a second. So we pull up, and valet parking was like $20.
Holy shit.
And you figure this is 1993. I got married in 96, I think. So this is like 93, maybe 94.
Okay.
And $20, I'll park my own car. And they were like, okay, sir, right over there. But that'd be $10. So it's like $10 just to park my own car. And that was outrageous to me.
Okay.
$20 or $40 to get in.
No way.
Dude. But
Did that buy you your first 2 drinks?
I don't remember.
Yeah. Okay.
But dude, this place was incredible. I'm talking, it looked like an empty Costco at night.
Oh, wow.
That's how big this place was. Bars everywhere, tables everywhere, and a stage. And this place was humongous.
Wow.
This place was incredible. Now, at one point in the night, it was 2 for 1. You get 2 girls lap dances for the price of 1.
Okay.
And this is really, other than the valet parking, and then I remember it was expensive to get in. And the fact that it was humongous and it was like an open warehouse. The only other thing I remember was a 2 for 1, because what they did was they were like, "All right, gentlemen, 2 for 1 time, da da da. Here's your choices." And so what they did was, you got the stage, and from the left side and the right side, girls will walk up. And 2 girls would walk up on either side, meet in the middle, and then face the crowd, and then walk off the stage straight ahead towards the crowd.
Okay.
So they would walk around together, like those. That's the 2 you would pick.
Okay.
And dude, then the next set will come, and the next set will come, and the next set will come. Dude, it must have been like 20 pairs. And it was just, and they would just walk around, see who wanted, 2 for 1 lap dance. And I was just like, oh my God, this place is incredible.
How many lap dances did you buy?
I didn't get any.
How many twofers?
I did not get it. I had a beer and I went home.
Not gonna lie, that's probably what I would have done.
I never found those places to be exciting to me. Like,
Really?
I don't want to pay some chick to look at me in the eyes like, I want you, and then go home to, yeah.
I don't. Not that I've gone often. I don't, not that I frequent these places,
Right.
or did back in the day, but whenever I did, I always have a good time. And I don't do lap dances. I don't do any of that stuff. I go to the front where the dancers are, you put your little stack of ones, and then you just throw them, and because again, they're putting on a show for you, and they say thank you. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. It's an understanding. I don't like.
How do they say thank you?
Thank you, sir.
Oh.
But no, the lap dances. If you sit in the back and they come walking around to you, that to me is uncomfortable. I don't like that.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy, right?
Yeah, it is.
Did you ever just throw them on the stage? You never put the dollar in the?
Oh no, I put the dollar in the straps.
Yeah.
But you fold it a certain way, like a tent, and you just put it.
Right.
Our buddy Manuel for his bachelor party was his bachelor party. Was his birthday?
I don't know because I wasn't there.
Did you receive an invite?
Yeah, I think it was his bachelor party.
Okay.
Yeah, a bunch of us we went, and
Without you,
me and maybe another guy were the only ones that were like kind of up in the front, and everybody else sat in the back, and feels like they're uncomfortable and
right.
And again, the way I look at it, when you go to the movies, you're there to watch the movie. That's the whole point of going there.
Right.
If you're going to go play golf, you're there to play golf. That's the whole point of it. If you go to a strip club, you're there to watch strippers. That's the whole point of it. So, like, when or not you, but when someone goes there and they don't want to spend any money and they, like you just said, I don't want girls dancing with me. I don't want this. It's like we really shouldn't have come.
Right.
That's my whole thing about it.
Most of the reason you've gone though is for work.
Yeah, it's always been a work thing. I told you about my work adventure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was probably one of the crazier things. Trying to remember, we had gone to that one.
And there was one with the coins.
Did I tell you about the one with the coins?
I was not ringing a bell.
So it was Tuesday. It was a Tuesday, and I know it was a Tuesday because that's record day. That's when guys go out and we're shopping the records, and they'll come to the radio station or whatever. And we had gotten off the air, and the music director was like, "Hey, the guy wants to take us to lunch. You want to go?" Fuck yeah, dude, let's go. He said, "All right, well, let's go to we're gonna go down here." All right. So I don't even remember what the name of the place was. I didn't even know what the fuck he said. I was like, "Oh, fuck, cool, free meal, let's go." So we jump in a car, and then we end up going to a fucking nudie bar. And so we get out, and we walk inside, and my boss or the music director, "Hey, go have a seat. We'll be with you right now." All right. So we go, we sit down, and me and the other dude that I'm on the air with sat down. They come and they give us menus to order food and shit, right? So we're ordering, and next thing I know, my boss and the music guy comes and sits down, and he says, "Hey man, get ready. You're gonna love this." All right. So we're like, "What the fuck's he mean? What did he do?" So next thing, within a couple of minutes, this girl comes over to the table, and she's carrying a platter. And she comes over, she sets the platter down, and she takes out these little purple bags, dude, look like little Crown Royal bags.
Uh-huh.
And she gives each of us one. And she said, "You just leave those on the table. The girls know what they are. They'll come see you." All right. So I opened it up to see what it was, and there was like, I don't know, 10 gold coins in there. So they're like prepaid lap dances and shit, right? So we're just sitting there, dude. Like 10 girls come out, and they all look around. They see us with the bags. They were all at our table. And they would all dance, and they would just get their coin. "Thank you, baby." Give you a kiss on the cheek. And then they go to the net, you know what I mean? And they would hover there the whole time. And once the money's gone, they were like, "Reet, reet, reet, reet." Fucking gold coins were gone. And I was sitting there, and this chick pushed me away. She said, "Slide back from the table." So I slid back from the table, and she's dancing, and then she turns around and she straddles me. And well, you can't touch him back, right? So I'm like, my instinct was to reach around and put my hands behind her so she doesn't slide off, right?
Right.
Because I'm a gentleman, right?
Yeah, let's call it that.
So she's gyrating, bro, and I'm just like, "Fuck, please don't, please don't, please don't, please don't." And she's rubbing her fucking tits in my face and shit, and she tries giving me a kiss. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, it was really like, I was like, "What are you doing? No, come on, just open your mouth. Let me give you a kiss." I'm like, But yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm gonna go ahead and eat now. I'm straight. It's getting a little too. There wasn't that much money in that fucking bag. We're good. We're golden. This is fucking weird shit that it's. Maybe that's what it is. And then I remember I used to date this girl that worked. What was that fucking place right there on 111?
Lady.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
The one right there where all the car dealerships are at? Okay.
Yeah, Pink Lady.
So she used to be a car dealer there. And I went in there one time and I was picking her up from work, I think. And I'm sitting there and, you know, a couple of the girls get off and they come and one's trying to dance and rubbing my face and trying to talk to me. I say, I'm not interested. Well, fuck you then. Okay. You have a good night, baby. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, dude. And then the rest have all been like really weird work transactions that I've never been one to be like, hey, fuck, let's go to the strip club. But I really want to go to the strip club with a chick. I heard that the girls come and pay more attention to you when there's girls with you. You and your wife have never gone one together?
No.
No?
No. Not our thing.
No?
I mean, she's gotten to the male ones, and I've obviously got to the female ones.
Can't believe I'm going to fucking tell you this. I opened up for me and the other guy that was on the radio, two other guys. We opened up for a male strip show.
Of course you did.
They're probably throwing food at you and shit.
Hey, that would have been good, dude. Nah, the girls were, because we were on the radio, right? So, hey, we're going to be down there, you know, blah, blah, blah. We're going to host a show. So, we had this thing. They started, hey, if you want us to do the pre-show for you, blah, 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 write in letters or whatever, send in emails. Email wasn't big back then. So it was, hey, write in letters or call and let everybody know, you know, which one of us you want to see out there dancing. So it just started spinning out of control, dude. And we get there and our program director hands us each a fucking tonga with a fucking different animal on the front, right? So I'm like, I gotta fucking go out there with this shit over my junk and dance. I said, you see how fucking fat I am, right? Like, this isn't gonna work out the right way. You know what I mean? So
This
yeah,
is not going to get the result that you want.
yeah. I think I made like $5, but it was for me to put my clothes back on.
I think I told you in a couple of last episodes, my buddy James, he works to bring in conventions and stuff into whatever city he's in.
Right.
Well, he was in Phoenix doing that, and all it is these big companies. I mean, talking like these are global companies, and what they do is they'll have annual employee retreats, but you're talking hundreds of employees, stuff like that, conventions and all this stuff. And he's dealing with the people who decide where to hold their convention at. We're in 2021 now, so let's say 2026. Where are we going for 2026? Where are we going for 2027? So let's see what Phoenix has to offer. So his job is to try to convince them to hold it in his city.
Okay.
And he's told me it's just weird when you really think about it that what it's based on is how good of a time you can give these particular people. Take them to if it's a dude, take him to strip clubs, take him to golf during the day, a steak dinner at night, and a strip club in the evening.
And that's it.
That's if that's what they want to do. Whatever it is that they want to do, he has to do it.
Wow.
And do it. He's just like take him to a good strip club, and they're like, "Yep, we'll sign in the morning. We'll see you bright and early. You can bring up the contract. We had such a great time. Thanks. We'll sign on the dotted line tomorrow. You showed us a great time." Stuff like that. It's just crazy. And he's like these multi-million-dollar companies. And what was it based on? They like the golf course. Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Well, they say a lot of big dollars are made on the golf course.
Yep.
Could be why I'm not rich, because I don't play golf.
That's why.
You know what I mean? Maybe I need to take it up. Well, that's because back in my day, we were only allowed on the golf course to cut
blow
it. That's right. Shit.
I know the joke.
Right? That's it. Very well.
You know the funny thing is about that?
Nothing really.
Have
It's
you-
wildly racist.
You've never gone to a driving range?
No, I told you my story, didn't I?
I don't know.
I've never played here, and when I ended up in Phoenix, I ended up playing.
Okay.
And the guy was a semi-pro.
Oh yeah. I think he did say.
And I ended up throwing his granddad's.
Yeah, he did. Okay. But it's funny how when you're in the driving range, and sometimes somebody, and it's usually the kids that do it, the kids that work there, they'll jump in those big machines. They look like what they use on farms,
Right.
to scoop up all the balls, and all they're doing is just driving around. That's it, just driving around, scoop, and how you just swing and trying to hit them. Every time you hit that machine, you hear it go dang. It's just the funniest thing because it's when you see that thing going. Like I said, at least the people I always went with, dude, that's all you're aiming for. You're just trying to hit that.
Are you good enough to hit it? Can you
No,
can you
not
actually
at all.
aim a golf ball?
No, not at all. Well, I could get by. I mean, I don't play it a lot.
Does it go in the direction that you hoped that it was going in?
75% of the time, yes.
Because it was really weird to me, like, because like the first time I picked it up, you know what I mean, and you swing it, and you think that you're hitting the fucking ball straight on, and it's just gonna fucking go straight, and that motherfucker cuts to the left or cuts to the right, and it's a really weird because it'll go straight, then all of a sudden he's just gone.
Yeah.
Whoop.
Dude, the worst
It's like a bowling ball.
The worst is
Almost.
when you swing with all your might, and it
Fucking
just
miss it.
goes like
Oh,
6
just missed.
inches.
Oh yeah, yeah, because you just knocked it off with all the fucking wind. That big ass club you're swinging at it, and I don't understand the difference in the clubs.
I understand the difference. I just don't know which club to use at that particular moment.
Well, you use a putter on the putting green. You use a driver when you're starting, right?
I
Because
thought
you're
you
going to
didn't
drive it down. Well,
Well,
there's
well-
9, right? There's 9 different.
No, well, there's 3 drivers, and then there's 9 clubs, and then there's your putter.
So there's 13.
Well, then you got a wedge, and then you got a sand wedge. So there's a bunch of clubs.
So what are the other 9?
The 9 are when you're just playing on the grass. Or no.
The only thing I remember about golf is from Wii.
No, I
That's it.
know I could be wrong. The first 3 are drivers, and then 4 through 9
Are your
clubs.
wedges and all that other shit,
No,
right?
not your wedges, just your regular clubs, and then you have a wedge.
What do you mean regular clubs? What the fuck do you use regular clubs for?
We are fighting about golf clubs right now.
When you're not when you're not driving. Your driver is the first time you're hitting the ball with on a tee,
Right.
and then you get it on the green.
And then you hit it with what?
4 through 9.
So that's like a 4-iron,
Correct. That's
5,
your iron.
6, 7, 8,
Right.
9 iron.
And
I knew 9-iron, but
and in those irons, a chipper's not included. A fucking
no, because those have different names.
Yeah, that's a wedge,
A
a
sand,
sand
wedge.
wedge when you're in the sand.
what's a chipper for?
Chipping is actually a shot.
He said when you're feeling down.
But when you're on the green, that's when I don't know which one to use, because it's all about distance. Like a 6 will get you this far, a 7 will get you that much further, or closer. I don't even know.
I wonder how pissed off people that actually play really good
These
would be.
fucking tards are talking about my golf clubs fucked up.
No, like if we went to go play and we all just took one club,
Oh, yeah.
just took a fucking driver to do everything,
Or a putter. That'd be even funnier.
right?
Thought this was a mini golf course.
Yeah, I can't afford them, so I brought this
That
one
John
from mini
Denver's
golf.
full of shit.
But some people they take it too serious.
Yeah, I don't think I can get it, and it's expensive.
Yeah, it can be.
You know what I mean? Getting on the course and then drinking all the way through. I mean, I'm such a lightweight now. I'd be fucking drunk by the 3rd hole. You know what I mean? And then if we get a late start and the sun hits,
Oh, I can't play in the summer. There's
Yeah.
absolutely no way.
yeah, you have to get I speak English. I swear I do. You'd have to get up way too early to beat the heat to play in the summer. Dude,
One of my vendors, they said they have a golf tournament. They try to do it every year. I played in the last 2 or 3, and we didn't really understand how to. When you play in a tournament, it's called best ball. So everyone hits, and whoever hits the best ball, that's where everybody drops their ball
Okay.
and keep going. So we didn't know that. So we're all driving over there, driving over here for this guy's ball. So we're holding up the line, and we're drunk and we're high, and so some dudes that were playing behind us were like catching up and talking trash. Like, this is a scramble. You're supposed to be playing baseball. And I was with my buddy Rob, and Rob looks at him like, "Hey man, take it easy. We're all out here to have a good time." And you know how Rob looks, and they're
Right.
like, "Okay." He was like, "Take it easy, man. We're all here to have a good time."
Fucking
We're drunk and high.
turn around and give him a fucking Nacho Libre and shit. Take it easy. Take it easy. You know what? Rob would be fun to go fucking golfing with, though.
Yeah.
Just because you know that shit like that's going to happen, and it'll be fun just to sit back. Hey, go tell him, Rob.
Yeah, Rob would be fun to go do normal, mundane shit with.
Yeah. Fuck. I wonder what shopping with Rob would be like.
Fuck. I've been shopping with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said you don't want to go.
All right, Rob, if you're listening, we're gonna go golf, or at least go to the fucking driving range one day, just to check it out.
Rob
I
will
guess.
golf in his K-Swiss.
What was that?
Rob will golf in his K-Swiss.
So
No,
he-
but shit, we're good, Rob. We'll go all matchy.
you gotta buy a yellow golfing outfit.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't take those yellow shoes out there because the grass is usually wet, it stains them all up. I'm not good with that.
I didn't know I signed up for a shoe lesson, but okay.
I'm just saying. I know where to rock them at,
Yeah, but just to piss him off even more.
right? It's funny. All right, any final words, Sebastian?
No, I'm good.
No.
Yes.
Tony, any final words?
No.
Any
Just
shout outs? Anything that
happy
you got to
birthday
give?
to Rob tomorrow. Yeah. Damn, it's late, kid.
It's only 10.
It's only 10 o'clock.
Y'all are tripping. Anyways, 2 more hours to be Rob's birthday. Happy birthday, Rob.
Happy birthday, Rob. How old is he going to be? Do you know?
No. 47, 48 maybe?
Right on. He's right in the realm. He's right
Young
with
buck.
us.
Yeah.
You're leading the pack though, right?
Out of everybody, yeah.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, out of all my friends.
You're not far behind, though, right? You're welcome.
Fuck yeah, I am. I got like another 5 months, 5.5 months. I'm good. Plenty of
5
time for them to get to know me. That way,
Those
they
5
buy me
months-
something good.
Those 5 months are going to catch up faster than the first 49 years.
You ain't fucking lying, dude.
I know.
Time flies at my age. Shit. It's
Hard to believe I'm
morning.
21.
Next thing you know, it's the end of the fucking week. You know what I mean? Shit. All right. Good deal. Hey, guys, thanks for listening. Appreciate it. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.